negative. I'll take the depress pump manual isolation valve to open now. Depress pump manual isolation valve is open.
Copy, open. Look through your suit pressure gauges for less than 5.5.
Copy.
You, Bob, we're going down to 2 now, and then closing the isolation valve again.
Copy.
This is a good time to check your tethers.
Yeah, okay. Doug, on the airlock D-ring, we have the D-ring extender. My anchor hook of my waist tether is closed and locked on the D-ring extender. Look in waist tether, no anomalies, and the screw hook side of my waist tether is closed and locked on my right D-ring extender.
The team's coming back!
Yay! Whoopee!
I've got a waist tether closed and locked to the airlock D-ring extender. That waist tether is in good condition, and the crew hook is closed and locked onto my D-ring extender. On my left side, I have a safety tether reel, crew hook, red hook, closed and locked onto my D-ring extender. I've got a waist tether closed and locked onto that reel, the red reel. And the anchor hook for that red reel is temporarily stowed on my mini workstation. The reel is unlocked and the tether retracts. I can also see my green camera light. My hat is dry and my gloves.
Tethers from EV. Checks from EV1.
Copy. I also have a green light. I'm up on 2 psi.
I concur.
Are you ready for depress pump manual isolation valve to close?
Showing a little bit high. Let's give it a second or two.
A quick summary of what's occurred so far. We got down to 5 pounds per square inch. Good leak check. Now proceeding down to 2.
Manual isolation valve is closed.
Copy, closed, and on the UIA.
Bueno, en este momento comprobaron de que no tienen pérdidas. Entonces, lo más probable es que sí, que continúen con la despresurización de la esclusa en este momento.
When we get a DPDT of about 0, expect an alert tone. And Chris, when we get EV hatch delta P of less than 0.5, you can open the hatch, but it'll be a minute or two at least.
Okay. Deal.
So again, good reports from Chris Cassidy and Bob Benkin on the other side of that hatch. We had a good leak check at 5 pounds per square inch. Everything good to proceed down to vacuum. They had a task at 2 pounds per square inch to turn a pump ISO valve to closed. That is complete, and the crew lock is continuing to depressurize down to about 0.5 psi. From the inside of the equipment log, Doug Hurley, you see in the foreground there, will be monitoring the progress of the depressurization down to 0.5. Taking pictures through the hatchway there is cosmonaut Yvonne Wagner, assisting Hurley with some of the suit-up procedures to get our 2 spacewalking astronauts ready for the day.
It's nice if there's a window in this hatch. Yes.
This is Mission Control Houston. You will continue to hear Doug Hurley through some of the final procedures to get our spacewalking astronauts outfitted before opening up the hatch. He'll hand over comms very shortly once we get down to about 0.5 psi to Ground IV Jasmine Mogbelli here in Mission Control Houston. It'll be her voice that you'll hear throughout the majority of today's spacewalk as Cassidy and Benkin go outside of the hatch to the starboard 6 truss and complete the installation of brand new batteries on the 1B power channel, the 7th of 8 power channels to be upgraded, completed later today once they install the final lithium-ion battery to that power channel. The crew lock continuing to depressurize down to 0.5 psi, a little less than 1.5 psi at this time. The official start time of today's spacewalk will begin. The clock will start once the power of each of the 2 suits, EV1 and EV2, EV1 being Cassidy, EV2 being Benkin, once those suits are switched to battery power. That'll be the official start time of today's spacewalk, and the clock will begin.
Bueno, cuando terminen la despresurización y todos los chequeos, en el momento en que abren la esclusa y conectan, o sea, un momento antes que abren primero, que conectan primero sus baterías de autónomas en el traje espacial.
Now Hurley's job is not done once he's completed with some of these procedures to get them out the hatch. Afterwards, he'll head over to the International Space Station's U.S. lab. From there, he has controls of the station's robotic arm. It'll be him maneuvering the robotic arm, at the end of which is the external pallet containing the brand new lithium-ion batteries. He'll be moving it just a little bit backwards and forwards as requested by the crew so they can get within reach of all of the batteries that they need to swap. Again, there's only really 2 left. There's the new lithium-ion battery from the pallet that needs to go onto the station, and then they need to swap an old nickel-hydrogen battery with an adapter plate that will officially connect that lithium-ion battery to the station, providing storage of power from the station's solar arrays on the starboard truss.